everybody, and welcome to the Deathless Q&A. So as you probably know, I have recently published a new young adult novel called The Deathless, of which I have still just the preview copy here because my paperback hasn't arrived yet. And I'm super excited about it, and I wanted to do a post-publication Q&A just to talk about the book and writing in general. So I recently went onto my social medias and asked people to drop me questions about random stuff, so it can be about the Deathless or not. And I'm gonna go through those questions now, and hopefully this is exciting. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first question that I got asked is, how did I get the idea for this story? Apparently I've forgotten how to read. And it's a difficult one to answer because I actually started writing this story probably about 9 years ago, and I already had the idea in my head for the story, and I had done for a while. I'm on a really squeaky chair, so apologies. It was a story that probably came from the characters before the story actually existed. So I had this idea for a character of a ghost called Rob, and originally the title of the book was something completely different, and I won't say what it is, but then another book came out with a very similar title and I scrapped that, and then I called this The Deathless, and now apparently people are calling other books that, but at the time there were no books called that, so that's a fun little tidbit. But yeah, I just had the idea for the characters, and the book actually went through a couple of different plots, I suppose, different iterations. The main kind of aspect was that they were friends, but they were separated by death, and Rob's whole story and what happened to him was a lot different in the first telling of the story, and then it got changed just because I felt like the way that his character had progressed, what had happened to him didn't really fit who he was, so I had to rewrite it. This is a no spoilers Q&A, sorry. So yeah, what happened to Rob had completely changed, but the story idea, I can't really remember where it originally came from. All I know is that it did change a lot in the rewriting and the editing. Fun. The next question that I have here is, who is your favourite character? And this one isn't difficult to answer. My favourite character by far is Mark. So Mark is one of the brothers of Rob. Rob has two brothers, they're twins, it's Mark and Dean, and Mark is just the best character of maybe all the characters that I've ever written, in my opinion. I love him. He is just a miserable but also not miserable person. He is just one of those people who is very serious about himself and doesn't take jokes very well, and everything that he does is just all to benefit himself, but he does have a heart buried deep down, very deep down underneath, and I just think he's a really fun character, and one of those people who, if I met him, I would probably absolutely love to hang out with him, because you would just know that it would be fun. The next question I have here is, how do you get inspired to write? And this one is difficult in that I don't know. I don't know. I've always wanted to write, I've always liked writing, I love books. So I would say probably my inspiration for writing comes from other people's work. So reading books, watching TV shows and movies always has me kind of rethinking how other people should have done it better. I'm one of those people that watches a film and then immediately afterwards tells my boyfriend how they should have written it instead, or edited it, really. So my inspiration for writing comes from other people, and also I get ideas from all over the place, from seeing people. I often get ideas when I'm just walking, like walking the dog, and get ideas from music and all sorts of places. Yeah. The next question I have is, what's the best thing about being a writer? And the best thing about being a writer is probably just the actual writing. When you're starting a story, writing a story, you are creating something that you want to read, and that's really cool and like the best part by far. It gets worse and worse as it progresses because then you have to reread what you've written. And then also one of the best parts is having other people read what you've written and liking it, which is very hard to do, and very hard to not stress about people who don't like it. But yeah, like one of the things I like about writing is creating characters and worlds that other people enjoy, and at the end of the day I really enjoy what I create, so that's my favourite part. Next question is, what are you currently working on? And I actually have like a list of this because I'm working on so many things at the moment. So I had to put loads of things on the back burner whilst I was sorting out the Deathless and getting this ready to be published. But now that it is, I'm going back to all of my other stuff. So I'm trying to finish up the novel that I started for NaNoWriMo, and I have just like got to the last stage in the story where everything kind of is coming up to the end. So that's fun, and I can't wait to finish that because then I am starting prep work on the next novel that I'm going to be working on, and I'm really excited about that. And I actually started prepping that a while ago, probably when I was still doing NaNoWriMo, and then I had to stop because I was getting too distracted. So I'm going to start prepping and following my own advice. I did some advice videos for NaNoWriMo, which was how to prepare to write a book, so I'm going to follow my own advice and go through that to prepare the book. I'm also still trying to get an agent for a novel that I wrote a while ago, and I did like a first batch to agents last year. It probably wasn't even last year because I didn't do anything last year, but at some point in the past I queried to some agents and no one picked it up, so I put off re-querying because I was just kind of tired from the whole thing. So I'm going to start re-querying that book, and then I also have to do a final edit of the second book in the 7 Princes of Hell series because that's going to be released later this year, and also finish writing the 3rd instalment of Etta, the Fantasy Girl series. So I think that's enough to be getting on with, and yeah, like I'm excited for all of these projects to progress in some way. The last question, which is the easiest one to answer, is where can I buy your books? At the moment I'm only selling on Amazon because my brain can't handle the concept of selling in multiple platforms, and we all know how much I dislike Amazon for a lot of things, but it's like the easiest platform to sell self-published books. So you can find all of my books on Amazon, and the link is always in my bio. No matter where you go on any social media site, I've always got a link in the bio to my books, so find them on Amazon. I hope that this Q&A has been exciting. I hope that you go and pick up your copy of the Deathless, which is available on Kindle. You don't have to have a Kindle, you can get the app on your phone or whatever device you have for free and read it that way, or just buy the paperback because it's beautifully formatted and it's just more fun to have a paperback, in my opinion. So yes, enjoy. Very soon I will be announcing the winner of my pre-order giveaway, and I will be hyping up my post-publication giveaway at some point soon. I'm kind of going to wait for people to be reading and leaving reviews and things, but there is a giveaway for that, you may have noticed, but I haven't really hyped it up that much yet. I'm also working on releasing the Deathless Spotify playlist and also a Pinterest board, so that you can see the characters and the way that I imagine them, and also just like little bits and pieces of inspiration that go along with the book. So thanks for stopping by, and I guess I will see you later. Goodbye.